Hello, crafting buddies. Let's try this again. Let's see if I've got sound this time. Oh yeah, I have sound. So, yay. Let me turn the sound down on my iPad. Turn the sound down on my... Okay, my computer's going. Alrighty. I think we're cooking with gas now. Alright, I guess I'm back to restarting my phone every time I try to do a live. So, how are you tonight, Juju? I guess I should probably introduce my video, huh? Welcome. I'm Lori. Late Night Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Craftin', coming to you from the state of Wisconsin as an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and we're going to pretend that it's Thursday, January 8th at 11:59 p.m. And we're going to blame YouTube again, or my phone. Maybe it's just my phone, but it's a pretty new phone. We're going to blame my technologies for no sound. So I did not catch your video at all. I have to work on a new little mantra for my daily routine. And I have to get my MIT plan. Do the most important thing first. So I kind of did that today, but then I whiled away my evening. So I got up, my gal from my team came over, we had some open studio time because she needed help with some things, and we got that all resolved. Then I had my Thoughtful Thursday with my senior gals. So I had to drive like half an hour to them, do their card class. We do 3 cards, and then drive home. And I picked up pizza on the way home because I didn't feel like cooking. But I did throw together a salad from a bag. So there's that. And then Macman and I goofed around on the computer a bit, researching some things for our trip and some other stuff. So, yeah, and now here I am. I was looking through some bills, and we're gonna get started. So, did you get messy again tonight on your video, Juju? I'm guessing yes. At least it doesn't look like my video's wonky. So, a little bit of Lori, Late Night Lori, stampinup.stampinup.net. That's where you can find all things Stampin' Up. Projects, sales, promotions, the whole deal. We have a new catalog. We went through this not last night, but the night before. This week has just kind of been all crazy for me since I came back. So this catalog is live now. You can order all of the little goodies that are inside. We've got, oh, remember this card? We've got online exclusives that are new. That's kind of a cute idea too. We've got online exclusives that are new. We've got kits that are new. We've got bonus days. So bonus days for every $50 incremental purchase you make before tax and shipping in the United States. It's different in other markets. But for every $50 purchase, you get a $5 coupon almost immediately that you can use next month. So from February 3rd to the 28th, you can redeem them. So this is kind of what we should call the Earn and Burn Club, because you earn them January 6th to February 2nd, and then you burn them February 3rd to February 28th. If you don't use them, you lose them. All right, so earn them and burn them. January product of the month. Mine shipped today. So hopefully I'll have that next week. I think I'm getting some things. Am I getting anything tomorrow? I don't remember. But here's a few of our kits. We've got the Adopt a Pet, Butterfly Garden Kit. I thought of Vicky right away with that one. And then Lots of Love. This and this are not stamping kits. They're just put them together. Everything that you need is in the box. On stage, if you like a good conference, convention, whatever, demonstrator only event. Lots of fun, lots to learn. It's fun. Register by January 16th. Virtual card retreat. If you are local to me, if you are planning on purchasing this kit and want to do a watch party, let me know so that I can plan on you. If you don't have your kit, you can't do the watch party because I won't have stuff from my kit to share. If you want to know what's in the kit for the price, watch the video from last night. We went through everything in the kit. It'll be worth it. It'll be fun. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, add-on dies are available. These are cool because it's a quarterly die set. So it goes with 3 months worth of Paper Pumpkins. This one goes with January, February, March. Here's the dies. I made just a cute little note card last night to kind of show how the elements work. And I offered, if anybody new subscribes through me to Paper Pumpkin, I will put you in a drawing to gift you a set of these dies. And I said by the end of January, I'm actually going to change that to February 10th because we've only got a couple more days for the January cycle because it always closes on the 10th. So I figure I will give people a whole Paper Pumpkin cycle and the next one will close on February 10th. So I'm going to make that offer until February 10th. And then we're on to a project. So Juju, have you seen the Stampin' Up! Challenges that they do? Do you scroll through Facebook at all? Do they pop up on you? I don't know if you follow the Stampin' Up! Pages at all. But I thought we would do the challenge tonight, or I'll give you a choice. We can do the challenge, which is following... oh, you don't? Okay. So Stampin' Up! Does like a monthly challenge. And if we use the hashtag or post it to the Facebook post, they might feature us on their reel. I don't know if any of my stuff's ever been featured. I don't watch them all because they do plenty. They do plenty, and I'm not on all the social media stuff all the time. But anyway, they give us a layout or a color palette or something. They make it a theme and say, show us your creativity with whatever we're giving you. So this is something that I mentioned last night that we could work on, is doing this layout. And there's a lot going on here. All right, so we've got the card base, we've got a panel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces on there. Some people have said, well, I don't want that many pieces on there, but I kind of like the idea. So you can modify, you can slightly edit, but the templates are designed to give you some inspiration. All right. So here is a sample from Stampin' Up! And this uses some of the new paper. Whoops. And this, to me, that's a lot of red. All right. But this is the Made with Love Designer Series paper. So that's what they used for this. I'm pretty certain that's all from the same pack of paper. X's and O's, hearts. Yeah, it looks like it's all from the same pack. So we could do a Valentine's Day theme. They also showed another example, kind of flipped with the banner on the opposite side and some of these elements, but instead of the squares or rectangles, they used focal images, which I thought was, you know, an interesting idea. This one, these are all some of the puffy elements from a suite that I don't have. But I did think that we could use the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar and use some of those things to make kind of a collage, because we have somewhere in here there's some puffy elements. I know there are. of course, the one that I didn't look in. All right, so this one has a bunch of puffy elements. So we could do something like this and not have it as in your face busy as some of these squares. So think about that. So we could do the challenge in either the same paper or different paper, or using the calendar, the advent calendar, or we could go ahead and play with Wanda again. And what did I do with that little sample? I flipped through it just a second ago. I saw this on the demonstrator site where somebody else had done a bunch of masking and just made a whole flock of sheep. We could do something like that. Any ideas? Juju, I think it's just you and me. Or it's just me. So at least I know I still have sound. So I think what I'm going to do is, since nobody is on here with me right now, people will probably join me. I'll keep that one. Oh, you're still here? Okay, awesome. The number went down to like it was just me. So what are you thinking? Should we do challenge or Wanda? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Can you hear me? Oh, now I see a couple numbers coming up here. Did you lose me or did I lose you? Huh, I wonder why you keep popping off the live. Hi, Yuta, how are you? I got on a little late because YouTube didn't want to give me any sound. Okay, challenge, awesome. That's kind of what I was going to lean to because I figured, well, we could do Wanda another day or a whole woolly flock. So let's go with the challenge. What do we want to use? The boys playing a game probably. Oh, and see, I don't have anybody else. I don't think Paul is on. He doesn't do any gaming anyway. We're too old for that kind of stuff. But he does sometimes have the TV going, and that does go through our internet. So that sometimes could slow me down, I suppose. So now we need to decide if we're going to do this challenge. I'm good with that. But now we have to decide what kind of colors are we going to use. Are we going to use the 12 Days of Advent with some of these pretty papers? This is still available, by the way. It's not reduced, but it's still available. So we've got some of these floral papers, floral and subtle. So we can add some other elements to this. Or we could use the Valentine's paper. Or I could pull out a variety of other papers that I have. Or we could even make some Wandas on there if we did it like a spring one. So we could do, you know, not like this, but we could use some of the papers to make some different things. We could make some little mini scenes on our card. What are we thinking? Any suggestions? Yuta, it's up to you. Juju's deferring to you. Anybody else out there? I know there are some few people there, so if you're just popping up, I've already done all of the announcements. You didn't miss a whole lot. I tried to skim through them pretty quickly, but I got on late because my video had no sound, so I had to start over. Because I didn't power down my phone and bring it back on because night before last it was fine, so I thought it'd be fine. Let me grab a couple of other packs. Can you show how to use up Christmas papers or other theme papers for other cards? I could certainly do that. So let's pull out, let's see. Do you have a certain paper that you want me to work with for Christmas? Let me move this box out of the way. I might keep these out because those might work with the Christmas color depending on what we get. So this will get out of the way here. And let's see, we also have our butt paper. Oh, so yours are older, you're just using up your stash. Perfect. We also have some of this. So I'm going to put the Valentine's Day out of here. I think I'm going to pull in this Pleasant Patterns and see, some of this might work. That might be kind of Christmassy. Probably not the tulips, but that might work. I'm just going to have this kind of off to the side if we decide to do something like that. So we thinking blue or are we thinking a different color? Do we have? Because we've got some of the product of the month too. I know Bonnie likes blue. Bonnie M likes blue and pink. A boy birthday. So let's do, how old? I mean, do you have like juvenile paper you're looking for or just, okay, so any paper. So do we want to do Christmas or not? Okay, so male, a guy card. We'll just call it a guy card. All right, so I'm going to, let's see what's on the opposite side of this. Oh, I know. These are all, I don't think I would use any of those on a guy card personally, unless it was a guy Christmas card, and it's not. So let me get this out of the way. But we do have some of these. Let me get these out of the way. We got some of this paper that's got trees and such on it. We could do some stripes. Not so much the pumpkins, but maybe some of this, some of the brown. All right, let me find my challenge sheet again. And then we also have some of this paper. Trees and buffalo plaid. There we go. And then we also have some wood grains here that we can, you know, if we use like this one, we could do a little ink blending on there and tint it whatever color we want. So I'll leave this out also. And then let's get back to, where did it, here's the challenge. All right, so I'm going to put these foil papers away because those are not going to work with what we're doing. And I'm good with that. I like working on the fly. You have wood grain. Perfect. And I'm going to get rid of this Valentine's Day one because that's just probably going to distract me. So you could still do challenges, Juju, because this is just a layout. So this could be a scrapbook layout. This could be a card layout. This could be a home decor layout. This could be a junk journal layout. So there. These are just template ideas to give you a layout for whatever it is you're making. Okay. So when I first saw this, I thought, oh, that would make kind of a cool scrapbook layout to put like one this way and another one this way. You know, like, so you would have the pages here to do a scrapbook layout and have them, you know, one could build up and one could build down sort of thing. A pocket layout. Absolutely. You probably do stuff like this already. You know, like I said, this is what, 10 pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you could remove an element or 2 or 3 if it doesn't fit with you, you know, with what you're laying out. So I'm going to put this kind of over here under my magnet pad here. Oh, I'll put it up here. So yeah, the challenges are basically just layouts. They're not for a specific project, just a layout. Gel prints, there you go. All right, so the other thing that we can do is some of these sticker pieces. Oh, look at these. I have pockets already. I have a couple of pockets. This could be a couple of our elements, right? Now, if did I stick these together really good? No. So these are only, that side's only partially glued. Is this one glued at all? That one's glued a little bit on the top sides. So we could, probably not, but we could turn this into a pocket and put an element in that, like a little tag, and that could be one of our elements. We got a coffee pot on here. This is from a scrapbooking set. We could put, like, again, when I see these chevrons, I think military, even though that's not necessarily military colors. But we got an acorn, so all of these could work as part of our elements. We got feet. This was a die cut from one of the tree circles. So let's see what else is in here. We've got trees with little acorns. I think the acorns, they don't seem guy-ish to me. So we've got the back of the buffalo plaid here is the stripe. We could do that as our long piece. Let me cut a piece of that just an inch wide. We'll just start laying some of this out and see how it looks. So I'm going to go 5.5. And then I'm going to do an inch. And I think I'm going to do it so that the dark is on the edge. So I'm going to scooch my inch over this way. I'll go a little under an inch. Maybe I'll do like 3/4 of an inch. Then I'll have dark on both sides. Real men can wear pink, absolutely. And lavender. Absolutely. All right, so there's that. Whoops. I wanted this side anyway, but it's still centered. That's all I wanted. I kind of forgot what side I was using. So let me get maybe very vanilla. I don't want white. I don't want a dark color, so I don't want to do like Cajun Craze because I think that would be too dark. But very vanilla is in here. Pecan pie, I think would be, I think it would conflict with there. So let me go get very vanilla. We'll just start laying it out and see how it looks. Now with these card challenges too, you can also, oh, let me fix this a little bit here. Maybe, sorry if it is making me seasick here. I don't know if that made it any better. The other thing you can do with these is you can turn it so it goes the other way if that's what works for you. All right. You could even do it that way, where we could put a sentiment at the bottom and have everything built up. So let me just cut this first. And I'm just going to score it at 4 1/4. And we'll cut it at 5 1/2. And I do too, you know that. And we'll just fold and burnish this. All right, so here's one piece. Now we could lay it out almost exactly like this. And then let me just scooch these over a little bit. Let's find a tree that we like. And let me pull out the dies. I don't think the dies cut out any of the little trees. Does anybody remember? So these were the stamps that went with this. We could, what do you think of the acorns and the oak leaves stamped? We could use a little ink blending or color with our alcohol blends. And then there is a die that cuts that out. We could do that as one of the elements. I don't know if we want to bust it up with some green in here too, just to give it a little oomph. So keep that in mind. And then this one, let's see if it does any of the smaller trees. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've used this one. This one does not do a smaller tree, but it has a deer. No, a buck. It has a buck. So I think what we'll do, we could always do a big tree. Is there a big tree? Oh, we'd have to stamp the big tree. That's really big as an element. That would take up almost our whole card. See, that's why that would almost work out better if we were doing a layout for a scrapbook. So that would be really big. So all of the other pieces we put on here is going to cover that. I don't think I like that. So let's go ahead and start fussy cutting out a little tree. Oh, I forgot about this. We can use this die and make this element. What if we did something like this and put our deer at the bottom and then built up? What do you think? Oh yeah. I'm over it. You've been having me fussy cut all the time. All right, what do you think of this if we had it open up this way? So that's a yes. All right. See, we're cooking with gas. It just sometimes takes a little bit to get that pilot light lit, right? So let's go ahead and put this back in here so I don't lose anything. And then let's cut this out of, I think, pecan pie maybe, or crumb cake. Let me get some pecan pie and crumb cake. Or maybe some early espresso. Oh, so you made a trading card today. It doesn't always feel good to use up some of your stash. I think it is. I think it's fun to use up stash. So what if we did Well, you better get back in the saddle again, hey? Oh, here. I'm looking at the wrong piece. So we could do this with the deer. I'm going to pull out my die cutting machine, Bossy Bessie, but I'm going to put it on my cart. So that I don't have to keep disrupting the workspace. And we'll just start cutting stuff out and see how it looks. We'll just kind of like throw it at the wall like it's spaghetti and see if it sticks, right? See, I've never done the those artist trading cards. I never even heard about them before here. So I think we'll just snip this off of here, because this die from this particular set, this is the Autumn Trees. This one doesn't cut on the bottom, so you could put it anywhere on your piece and it will stay attached. So you need to do your 25-pound journal. I don't think you ever sent me a text with any kind of parameters or suggestions of what I need to do. Billy the Bat. I forgot about Billy the Bat. All right, so that can go there. I like that. All right, so there's two. Let me put this away. Do we like it in the dark, or should I cut it out in some of the bigger colors, in the other colors too? What do you think? That would be a good way to use up those papers, huh? With your 25-pound journal, the darker one. Okay, perfect. I think that looks good with that base piece too. All right, so let me put this die away so I don't lose it. Like my other die was missing in action for what, about a week? Oh, somebody created that Billy the Bat with AI. Wow. I'm still afraid of AI. I haven't used it yet. I haven't used ChatGPT. Yeah, GPT, Chat GPT. I don't remember how it's pronounced. You were definitely in love with him. I thought that was great. All right, so we are going to fussy cut our little tree here. Maybe if my fingers don't get hung up on the paper too badly. That was kind of awkward for me. That I probably should have just snipped the whole thing out quickly, but I figured, well, I'm already there, why not just fussy cut part of it? It got really windy by us, but you know, it was almost 50 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know if Susan's listening in, but that's really warm for us for winter. My chickens were liking the sunshine. We got more eggs today. They've been kind of on their winter egg strike. Do either of you, or does anybody else play with AI stuff? The chat GTP or anything? What does GTP stand for? Does anybody know? I mean, I know I could look it up, but I'm a little busy right now. That's my story and I'm sticking with it. We might not need all these grasses, but I figure if I need them and don't have them, then I'd have to do this all over again, and I don't want to do that. You did not mention you found your tweezers, or if you did, I missed it. And where were they? Oh, you still didn't find your snips. Sorry. I opened up a new snips because I had bought a couple when I knew they were, actually I think I bought a couple before I found out they were getting discontinued. So before the supply, somebody bought them all up, I think. But I cracked one out because that's one of the items that we could sell as demonstrators as cash and carry. So I had some in case anybody wanted some. But then I thought, no, I'm just going to keep them because I really do like them. And I've forgotten how loose these have gotten. And the new ones that I just opened, they're much stiffer. So I'm finding I have an easier time fussy cutting with the old ones than I do the newer ones. Kind of crazy. I would have thought the newer ones would have been better. We're not going to get too close to his antlers on his head, unfortunately. How's the lighting today? I moved my gooseneck light a little bit closer. But it's warm, so I'm toasty warm right now. I'm just trying to get rid of some of this grass behind here that I don't really want. Use the new ones. Like I don't struggle enough already. I need to get them loosened up a little bit first with all the regular cutting. They'll loosen up fast enough. They're made in China. So I'm hoping Stampin' Up! Will come up with a replacement, but there has not been any rumors yet, so I'm not sure what the plan is. So my cardiologist wants to send me for a sleep study because apparently AFib can be, sleep apnea can be an underlying cause of AFib, which is fine. I got the estimate today. Over $2,000 just for my part. And you know insurance is not going to cover a whole lot because they're going to contract down the price, right? And get their little discounts. It's crazy. And personally, I don't think I have sleep apnea. It cannot be resolved with positional therapy as opposed to a mask. But right away they want to go to the mask, and I'm just concerned that, you know, you hear all these things about the masks making people sick, even when they clean them. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to make a decision at some point, though. All right. Well, now we have 3 elements. So we need 7 more. What do you think it's going to be? Let's start doing, we need the buffalo plaid, right? Do we want to use those pocket pieces? Where did I put those? Here. Do we want to use a pocket piece? Or is that too big, do you think? That might be too big. Maybe not. I don't know. I wonder if I can just take those apart. I don't remember what we were making with this. That I had 2 layers stuck together. I don't remember. I think I might kind of like that over with that tree. I think I'm going to put a little glue on this and let it set so I can glue that to the bottom, or to the back rather, of that stripe piece. I wonder if this paper is even still available. So I'm going to set this up here. Maybe it'll be safe there. Maybe it won't be. I don't know. So we could put that there. Or just randomly in the middle. We could have a tree coming out of the pocket. I could get rid of the deer and we could have a tree coming out of the pocket. This could be here. Those deer could be over here. We could have a having fun tag on there. A coffee cup. I need to get some of this wood grain stuff out here too, right? What do you think of that one? Or the darker one. I think that might be a lot of dark. Let me cut some squares out of this and see what it looks like. I'll just do like 1.5 inches here. Of course, nothing says that we have to do these all squares and rectangles either. A picnic table with a tree in the background of the deers. Where am I supposed to get a picnic table from? Did you see a picnic table? I don't have a picnic table. The plaid. I'm not creative enough to turn that into a picnic table. I'm just not good at that. What if we used a footprint? Plaid on top of the black stripe, this stripe, and then the deer off to the side, then I take it so that it shows. So that on top, that does look good that way. The tree on top of the pocket. Or do I need something smaller on top of the pocket? A sliver of plaid. Oh, so not the whole pocket size, just a sliver? What I was thinking too that we could do, I've got another one of these, is we could use the plaid embossing folder. When I get to it, here. We could do some pieces in the plaid embossing folder too. No need for scale. I mean, you can see these are all different sizes, and we're doing just kind of like a nature theme. So I think we can do whatever we want. And if we don't like it, then we can adjust it. Do you want it? Of course, this is going to go at the bottom, I think, right? So if we did, let me just turn the sample here, our challenge. So if we're kind of working this way, we could put that sliver over there. And then we could have, like, our tree could be that piece. Whatever I did with our cutout tree. Okay. I don't know what I did with the tree. It's going to turn up, though, because I do not want to fussy cut it again. Oh, for goodness sakes. It's got to be here somewhere. Under the card. No, it's not under the card. It's not inside the card. Here it is. I knew it had to be here somewhere. Do we want some green to break up the color? All right, so let's go ahead and start laying this out again. So if we have, I'm going to turn this over like this. This here. How do we want that plaid? Do we want it on an angle? Just to give it, well, maybe not. We should probably just square it off, right? Because that would go with the challenge better. All right, so we could have like this piece here. If we want to do the layout kind of exactly how they have it, we could do that there. We could kind of do this piece here. We could do a footprint here. We could do this banner here. We could put our deer on here, and that could kind of take the place of this piece. Our tree, maybe I should cut the deer off of here and just leave it the tree. Should I just do that? I think maybe. That could go under there somewhere. We need another little element for this. And that could be maybe that coffee cup. And I'm thinking instead of keeping it on the oval sticker, that I would cut out the cup itself and put it on there. Where were some of the other pieces that we had? I guess maybe I just had the footprint. We could take this what a view, and I could cut that into a rectangle. And that would give us a little splash of color too. Your deer have glue on top, yes. If they face the other way around, they look like they're cut backwards. because they pick up texture, which isn't the end of the world. But I actually was going to put them just slightly under this piece. But I hadn't decided exactly what side yet that they were going to go on. So we got this little cup that we could put on here. We've got this. Let me cut this down into maybe a rectangle. It might be a modified rectangle. It went a little crooked. No worries. It's all good. So this could go over here because that could be that piece. So we've got the stripe, we've got the deer, we've got the tree, we've got the what a view. We've got this piece here, this piece here, this piece here, here. So we need 2 more pieces. Coffee cup could be one of them. That could go over by the boot. What do you think? I think if we did the blue coffee cup, that would be too much odd color. So I'm thinking this one. Let me fussy cut that out. I bet nobody else is going to have a card just like ours. Unless somebody else is crafting with us right now and they're going to get it posted before us. I'm trying to make this border really narrow so it looks more like a square instead of something else. And last, the sentiment. Good point. Although it does say what a view. I don't know if we need more of a sentiment than those words. Do you think we do or not? Unless we're not going to use that piece. But the sentiment typically is one of the pieces that's already there. Like here, when they laid this piece here, this piece, well, they shuffled them up a little bit. But I think one of theirs, like this piece, might be the sentiment. All right, so let's, I think I want to try to cut out that void in the handle. Let me get my craft tip and see if I can not screw it up. I suppose it might have been easier to just cut the handle off, fussy cut the inside, and then just butt it up against the cup, but I think that worked out all right. All right, so the handle's cut out. It's just on the backing. Put my take your pick tool back together. All right, I think we're coming close to having enough pieces. So if we've got, I wonder, do I have a pencil handy? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need another piece. And I think maybe we need a little piece in the back of the tree in the plaid. So maybe just a plain piece of cardstock maybe with the buffalo plaid embossing folder. All right, let's try that. Or we could do another piece of, let's see if we can find a piece of this. Not that one. That's too dark. This would work, don't you think? If I cut, maybe I'll cut it a rectangle-ish and we can put it back there. I wonder how that'll look embossed with the plaid. Let's see, I'm gonna move these papers out of the way. Although, I kind of like that one too, but that's a little busy. And that's got blue on the back. Or we have this piece. That might be fun back there, but again, that's going to make it a little darker. Or we could do that piece too, but that's going to be kind of dull. Let's do, let's do a piece of this embossed with the plaid and see what it looks like. And we can take this out of here because we don't really need that. Although, another piece behind here, no, because that's a postage stamp. That's all right. I'm going to emboss this first, I think. And then, no, I'll cut it down to size first. And let's just do maybe 2. 2 by 3 maybe. We'll see how that looks. And then we'll emboss it. Oh, you got your signatures done. Awesome. All right, so there's a piece. There's a lot going on here, isn't there? So I think I'm just going to make sure that these are stuck. I'm going to leave them right where they are at. And the tree, I'm going to cut the grass and the deer off because I don't like all of that on there. Oh, and a cover decorator too. You've been busy, busy, busy. I have done these layouts before, but I've never had one that's had so many pieces. So that's why they call it a challenge. Apparently, somebody came up with a bright idea that we needed about 10 pieces. All right, so this piece, instead of this one, I might like that a little bit better. I cut it with the plaid, or I embossed it with the plaid going sideways, just to give it a little something different. And maybe, all right, so if we put this here, this here, we're kind of messing up the layout a little bit. Let's just see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll have to put our tree down a little further though. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. I think we'll put that under the tree. 6. We need 7. That can be 7. And I think I'll fussy cut it smaller. 7. That's 10. 9. And 8. What do we think? It's going to look kind of crazy because that's a layout. Set it off to the side and forget it's there, kind of like your savings account. Okay, where does this go? I think that might go in there. I don't remember. I think I merged them. Yes, I will definitely cut the shoe closer. I'll like fussy cut around the shoe for sure. Let me put these away. Do we like this piece better than the pecan pie plaid? The pecan plaid pulls that together. The cup and the buffalo print go together. The tree and this kind of go together. And the green is just out there. Maybe instead of this piece, I need to have some trees. Let me just cut a little square of the trees out. That to me gives a little bit more balance in this dull piece. So let's go ahead and cut the shoe down. And the shoe is actually a sticker. So is this and the mug. Those are all stickers from that sticker sheet from the memory keeping paper. so quiet. All I can hear right now is my clock. I'd like to start putting some of these things down, but I'm just not sure the rhyme or reason just yet. And then this. That will go somewhere on here. All right, they wanted it busy-ish. Because I'm thinking if we tried to do this all in portrait mode, it would be way crazy. I'm pulling out papers on here that I kind of forgot that I had. But there's some nice dots that go with this. I forgot I had those too. It is busy, you're not kidding. I think maybe, hopefully it'll look better once we, whoops. Once we get it all tacked down, maybe it'll look better. And maybe I should have done it as like a home decor item instead. Time is precious, waste it wisely. Should I do that instead of what have you? I think maybe it'll calm down once we have it all together. That background just seems like it needs something. It just seems kind of plain to me. But the sample is really plain too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I'll cut this smaller. So we'll cut off a 1/4 of an inch that way, or a 1/2 inch. We'll make that a little bit smaller. Let's make this one smaller. Maybe the larger pecan plaid piece behind and down to the black striped one. So take out this one. Scooch that over. Over of plaid more. Move the plaid over more, this one. What if we did this? I think that along the side is just kind of throwing me. And maybe I need a longer buffalo plaid. pecan to cover more of the background, okay? And then this will not have the border around there either because that's a sticker. Are we happy with the tree behind the deer? And maybe, should I make this piece smaller? I mean, I could cut a little bit off of there so that these things could be spread out a little bit more. Or I could even make the chevron piece narrower. If I cut it, you know, maybe 1/8 inch off of each side. Yes. So cut this piece narrower or the chevron piece narrower or both. This one narrower. Both, okay. All right, so I cut off just a smidge for now off of there. And I'm gonna cut a smidge off of that side. And a smidge off of that side. And hopefully it'll look okay. See, this is a problem when you try to take just a little bit off of one side and then the other side doesn't get cut exactly the same. It gets a little off center. Yes, I can, Yuta. I can see you shrugging. At first I saw struggling. That would be me. This is going to be the most awesome interpretation of this layout. I just know it. All right, so now that we have this kind of all laid out, I think I want a longer piece of that buffalo plaid. Would you agree? I don't know what I did with the other piece of buffalo plaid though. Here we go. Because I think it's too short. So let's go. Okay, I'm going to take this out of here. And then I think what I'm going to do here is cut this about the same angle, and let's just see how it looks. I know the sketch doesn't have it bannered, flag, you know, the flag end, but we're going to take a little creative liberty here. Or creative license, is that what it's called? I don't know. It's our card, we can do what we want. All right. All right, so that's gonna go like so. And this will go like so. This is going to go so we've got 1, 2, 1, 2. That'll be 4. This can be 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, wait, 1. How did I do that? 1, 2, 3. This is kind of our 4. And then maybe this should be 10 over here. And maybe this should be on here, like so. No, that looks stupid to me. Can you see me shrugging now? Take these out of here. Do we think this is too big? So if I took this out and I used this instead, and I took this out and I put some trees instead. Is that too much green now? Too big. Okay. I think I like that what a view better on the other side. But again, I could make some of these smaller. View over on the right. And then maybe these need to be spread out a little bit more. And maybe, whoops. So that'll go there. That'll go there. That can go there. That's going to go there. If I have that tucked over here. Like that. It looks like a signpost. Oh, good idea. Yuda, you come up with some great ideas. I do like that. Cup one side, foot on the other. That just popped up. I just did that. And I think the foot needs to be on that side because it's bigger. I don't know. Of course, the cup's probably bigger in proportion. I don't know. What do you think of that? Because that gives us kind of the white space over here. Plaid off or behind? Well, if we take it off, then we're kind of missing, we need something else behind here, because otherwise we're missing elements. How's that? That might actually look better than having this in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So do we want foot bottom bottom? That's going to go on kind of last anyway, so we can kind of decide. All right, I really like this, but I think I like this piece better. And this, because it's in the middle, is it's kind of balanced now anyway. All right, so glue this. Glue it, glue it. Absolutely. Before I change my mind, right? All right, and then this piece. Is gonna go about so. And because I like symmetry, I can too change my mind. I'm a woman. Hello, Lori. So I kind of have, it's an uneven border, but I kind of have an even-ish border here. I think we can do this piece next. So we are doing a sketch challenge. Lori from Minnesota. Have you been here the whole time? Otherwise the coffee would taste like mud. That's a good point. All right. All right, tree. Well, thanks for chiming in. Now that the other gals have done all the heavy lifting. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I am just trying to develop my my taste for coffee. I am not a coffee drinker, but the gal where I do my coffee in a card, her name is Heather, and she has Kat's Coffee House in Waterford. So anybody local to me, go over to Kat's. She lets me use her space for free, which is very nice of her. Oh, I was going to put that tree up in dimensionals. Oh. I'm just going to put the top up on dimensionals because the rest of it's pretty stuck. So anyway, Heather made me a white chocolate cherry peppermint coffee a couple of weeks ago. And I'm thinking, well, I like cherry, I like white chocolate, I like peppermint. It sounds like a really weird combination. And I told her, now you know I'm not a coffee drinker. She's like, I know, you always get your chai. Because I get my chai tea latte. That I think that helped even that way. But I liked it. She said, I'll do it light on the coffee flavor. I'm like, perfect. And it was good. And then the last time I stopped in, I think I'm going to put a couple little dimensionals behind those little buggers too. I got pistachio flavored coffee. And that was actually really good too. So I'm working on developing a taste for coffee because I understand that coffee without all the extra sugar, I know I'm probably doing too much sugar in it, but it's supposed to be good for your heart, so I'm going to try to do what I can. So anyway, that sleep study, I don't know, did I mention it's going to cost me over $2,000? And they haven't even officially tried any positional therapy, which seems really odd to me, but not odd because they want the things that are going to earn them the most money. Well, you know, for a while I really thought the caffeine was kind of a trigger because caffeine and alcohol can be triggers. I don't drink much of either. But when I get tachycardic, for whatever reason, the caffeine kind of resets my heart rhythm. And it's weird because my heart will go really, really fast and then it'll go down under 40. And I think the caffeine just does something, I don't know, stimulates it just enough. Call me crazy. I don't think it's in my head, but it could be. But now I had some soda today. Very seldom do I drink soda. And I'm fine. And it was even some Mountain Dew with no ice, so it wasn't even diluted. You know, I'm trying to do things to kind of test it to see what might trigger, what might not. I have never heard of dunking bread in coffee. Cookies, donuts, but never bread. I like dunking biscotti in my chai tea. All right, so well, that was pretty side too. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is a sticker. Oh, toast. Yes, when you said bread, I didn't think of it as toast. When I think of bread, I think of it as soft out of the wrapper. Toast makes a little more sense to me. Actually, don't ask me why, but that does make more sense to me. And I'm going to put that down a little bit just because I don't want it lined up with the brown. And then we'll put our little foot maybe over here covering up both of those corners. And this too is a sticker, but since I cut off all the edging, I have to get it separated. And of course, our weather has been warmer, but the tips of my thumbs are cracking. Don't ask me why. Yeah, poor man's breakfast. So, are you Norwegian? I don't remember the old man's country. But my husband is Italian, and they used to get sokies, which is just bread with like the Argh or the red sauce. Oh, so just bread or buns, not toasted. No. Toasted cookies in my sugar tea sounds better to me. All right. And then we have our little cup that's going to kind of be sitting on a rock here. Let's make that a little straighter. In fact, maybe I'll try to tuck that under just a tad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did it. It took a while, but we did it. But that's the creative process, you know, sometimes it takes a while. All right, let me put all these little gems away here. I actually kind of like it. Now, the challenge doesn't show embellishments, but that doesn't mean we can't use them. And I'm going to stick those deer heads down because I have dimensionals on them. All right. This can go back over here. All right, so these are from the Hobby Haven suite. I like the card too. So, Lynn, did you see the, so this is the original challenge. So Stampin' Up! Does a monthly challenge. This one is for January, and I should probably write that on there. January. $2026. My U got a little wonky. All right, so when we make a challenge, then if we're on Instagram, we can use the hashtag Creative Challenges SU. Otherwise, we can go to the Facebook post from Stampin' Up! And just upload a picture of our project that we made. So I will probably try to do both. We'll see. I need to practice a little bit more with my hashtags. But I've been trying to use this a couple of times too. So anyway, we are going to put a couple of these on here. So anyway, this was their original challenge that they gave us. Really, like, to me, that is like over the top busy. I'm thinking that's a lot of pieces. And here was the sample. And that to me is a lot of red. But then they had a couple of these other samples too that are much more subtle. And I thought, oh, that's kind of nice. And then this one, it's a nice idea. I'm not sure that I like the color of the background, but the elements are kind of fun. That's a new die that I don't have. I don't think I have those particular flowers. I might. I kind of lost track of some of the things I have. But anyway, so those were the samples that we had as inspiration. And we just pulled out several different papers, and this is what we ended up with. Now, I want to put a couple of these down. So I think maybe I got a couple little smudgies there. So I'm almost thinking maybe the darkest. You're so sweet, Lori. It's a collaborative effort. I mean, really, tonight really was. Do this, do that. I don't like that. Try this, which is great. I mean, that's my goal, is to create together. So if you're not crafting with me, you know, in your own space, following along with your own supplies, then I love it that you are piping in to give some ideas. So are we thinking the Cajun Craze, or I'm thinking the early espresso? The blue is definitely out, but I don't know that the pecan pie is stand out enough for me. I think I want either the dark or the Cajun Craze. One gem right where the green meets all the browns. So here. And are we thinking the dark, the early espresso? Yeah, okay. And I'm going to put a bigger one. So right here. And then we might do 5 on this one. There's 3. Just seems like there should be something in there. You know what I think it needs? Not below the deer butt. That would be perfect. Well, except we didn't use a butt paper. I'm going to go get a blending brush. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. I should have. This is boring to me. So I'm thinking we need to add a little something around the edges. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. It's just too plain. Great minds think alike. And that kind of gives a coffee vibe. What do we think of that? We'll muddy up that boot a little bit. I think I like that even better now. And I'm going to add a little bit there because that background was a little too bright for me there too, now that I think about it. There's the mud coffee. There you go. Is that better? Hopefully I didn't just ruin it. Let's zoom in a little bit here. What do you think? So now we could mix a couple of gems. What do you think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or does it look silly now with those gems in a different color? What do we think? I like it better muddied up though. Because that background was just a little too plain. Are the Cajun Craze ones all right? Team Grunge. There you go. I do like it better though. But I think if we'd have had a different color cardstock, it would have been too much. Too much. So speaking of grunge, let's... All right, so the Cajun Craze one's on there. All right, let me look for something here. Oops. What if we took some of this and stamped it like in here? Because that seems like just a weird blank spot to me. If I stamp it off, what do you think? Do you think that'll be too much? It would be kind of like coffee steam. Whoops, I just took a gem off. Maybe it didn't need to be there. Where do we want it? Maybe I'll do it over there. I don't remember where I had it. All right, so let's do pecan pie because that's a little lighter. And I think I'm going to stamp it off first, and let's just see how it looks. Full strength stamped off. Full strength stamped off. I think stamped off would be good. Thank you, Yuda. You saw us through the toughest part of it. All right, so that's going right about there. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. So we kind of have a little trail. Muy bien. What do you think? My limited Spanish. I like it. Stamp on the green paper here as well. Okay. That would actually carry the whole design through now, wouldn't it? There. So it does carry through. Nice. Good suggestion. Very good suggestion. Yeah. I do kind of like that. It's subtle enough. Kind of subtle enough. I like it. Thank you, everybody, for your collaboration. And I will take a picture. I'm also going to create an envelope. I think I'll use this as my envelope flap. And then I'll take pictures. I'll post it probably tomorrow with the hashtag. Let me pull that out again. So there we go. There's our version. And we'll do hashtag creative challenges SU. Oh, I suppose maybe I should try to go back out so you can see. Let's scooch this over. Nice job. Thank you, everybody. I think it turned out much better than I thought it was going to. So again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll make this 5. We'll make this 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There's 10. Perfect. Awesome. All right, let's call it a morning. It is almost 2 a.m. here in Wisconsin. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for creating with me. I have such a good time when people join in. Oh, what will be under the deer butt? If we put one of the embellishments under the deer butt, it would be a poop pile. Sorry, I just saw that, Lori. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Feel free to watch for this to go on my Facebook page, my Lori's Little Bit of Crafting. If you decide to do something with this challenge, go ahead and post a picture on my Facebook page if you want. And if you use that hashtag, it might pick up from there. I'm not sure. But one way or another, you were worried about a string of dots under the deer butt. Yeah, well, he's just kind of farting toward the... That's how you get mud coffee, right? I'm just kidding. I don't know. But there are a couple little speckles there. If somebody wants to think it's poop, they can get a little chuckle out of it. So maybe you can, I don't know if you can see that. There is a little bit of speckling going on right off there. But it's all good. But, pardon the pun. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and get signed off. I'm trying to type this in here. All right, good night, everybody. It's been fun. Happy crafting.